and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, and if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and leave me a comment, ask me a question. I'd love to hear from you. We are going to continue with our series for digestive health. We will be started in our chair seated. We will come to standing and do some poses standing, and then we'll come back to seated. But just remember, if you want to stay seated the whole time, that is fine too. All right? You only need your chair today, and let's get started. We're going to come up in our chair. We're not leaning back. We're going to move forward in the chair. Take just a moment to go ahead and ground those feet to the earth. So think about having those 4 pressure points of both feet firmly connected to the ground, to the mat, to the earth. Next, we're going to think about those sits bones. So we have those pointy bones that we sit on, and think about having both of those firmly grounded to the chair and equally weighted, so you're not leaning one way or the other. Next, we're going to pull our belly button to our spine. We're going to lift our heart, but also lower the shoulders. Place your hands lightly on the thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes and just breathe. Focusing your attention on your heart center and letting go of everything outside of the room. Begin to deepen that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Now we're going to move into our diaphragmatic breath, that yoga breath, engaging our diaphragm. It's also called a belly breath because as you inhale, the belly extends as we fill the lungs from the bottom up. And then as you exhale, you pull the belly button to the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times. And breathe normally. We're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5 counts, continuing with that diaphragmatic breath, something like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going at your own pace. And breathe normally. Do that again at your own pace, inhaling to 4 counts, and then see if you can exhale to 5, 6, maybe even 7 before you inhale again. Go ahead. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And just feel the stretch. Let's go ahead and drop our chin towards our chest. You're looking at your belly button. Feel that neck stretching. Let's do the other side. Left ear towards left shoulder. And drop the chin towards the chest. All right, drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Now listen, all we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand and we're just going to place it lightly on the head. You're not pulling, you're not tugging, you're not creating anything other than just having the hand resting gently on that head. It just creates a little deeper stretch. Let's release that and bring the head up. Ooh. And let's do the other side. Now, if you don't like putting the hand up there, leave it out, right? It's fine. And please don't, let's go ahead and put that hand up. Please don't pull. Just rest. Rest the hand there. There's just enough extra weight to give it a little deeper stretch. Take the hand away, bring the head up. Oh my goodness. And roll those shoulders. How did that feel? You like that one? I like that one. And let's reverse it. Beautiful. Place your hands on those thighs, belly button to spine, or cat pose, right? Pull that belly button in, tuck the chin, look at the belly button. All right, let's go ahead and lift up. Grab the back of the chair into your cow pose. Opening up that heart. Let's do that again. Round it down into cat. And let's open it up into cow. One more time, okay? Round it down into cat. Open it up into cow. Nice. Oh, yeah. And release it. Roll those shoulders, maybe one at a time. And reverse it. All right, let's take that right hand up and the left hand down and just stretch. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Come center, and let's go the other way. So now my left hand is up. I'm trying to touch the ceiling with that hand. My right hand is down. I'm trying to touch the floor with that hand, and I am lengthening through. Feel the stretch. Belly is tight. One more breath. Come center and roll those shoulders. Oh, yeah. All right. So if you were with me last class, I went ahead and demonstrated this, and I'm going to do it again in this class just to make sure that we've got options. So let's go ahead and scoot back in our chair so that we have the back of the chair for support, okay? And I'm going to show you another way to do this one without leaning back, but we're going to try it this way first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this right knee, we're going to bend it and bring that knee in. So I'm squeezing it. I want the thigh to be up against your belly, okay? Now, if that bugs your knee, you can always be holding behind the thigh, and that's going to take the pressure off of that knee. You're going to get the same stretch. Okay, right? And let's release it, and we're going to do the other side. So do you feel how that back of the chair is giving you that support, right? Let's squeeze that. Oh, yeah. Whew. Remember, you've got that alternative. If you'd rather have it, the hands by the thighs, you can do that. Okay, let's release that. All right, so you can stay right there if that works better for you. If you want to try, we're going to come forward in our chair. So instead of letting the back of the chair help us, we're going to make all that work. The core is going to do all of that work, right? But it's really important that we try to get the thigh up next to the belly, okay? Because that's creating that kind of that kneading, that massaging that we're looking for, okay? All right, let's bring that knee in. Crown is long, spine is long, crown to the ceiling. Pull that knee in and squeeze it. Oh, ho, ho. Ooh, yeah. One more breath and release that. Did you feel it? Did your thigh squeeze up against your belly? Okay, let's do the other side. Don't forget to lengthen through that spine, and then you're pulling. Remember, you can have your hands on thighs if that feels better for your knee. That takes the pressure off of that knee. One more breath and release it. Okay, just take a moment. Okay, now the next version, we're going to bring that knee and bring it across the body. So instead of it coming straight up towards our belly, we're going to bring it in, and then we're going to bring it across. Do you see the difference? And so this hand ends up kind of, for me, kind of wraps around, and I pull. And now I really feel that. So it's a little twist. Watch this knee. I've just realized that my other knee was folding in. Don't let it, right? That was putting too much pressure on that knee when we let it fold in. We're pressing that foot down. It's grounded on the floor. Lifting that heart. One more breath. And let's release it. And let's do the other side. We're going to bring this knee in, right? Bring it across your body. So I'm using this arm to reach over and grab it and bring it across. This hand, I'm still just pulling it in. Spine is long. It's kind of hard for me to talk. It's really squeezing, right? Don't hold your breath though. Breathe. Pull it in. Squeeze. This opposite leg, opposite foot is on the floor, pressing down. It's grounded. One more breath and release. Whew, how did that feel, right? Let's grab some water. So we got a little bit of work happening right in the center of the body there. We're doing a little massage in that area. Okay. So now what I want us to do is we're gonna move into our locust pose next. Sorry, I had a little brain freeze there for a second. What was I going to do next? We're going to do locust pose next. Okay, so take your right. I know, you guys are so patient with me. We're going to take that right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. All right, so now we've got that inner thigh stretch. All that's good. Now we're going to take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor. We've done this one before, right? So we know crescent lunge pretty well. Now, this is a version that you can stick with right here. This knee is straight down. We're feeling a stretch in the front of this leg. If it's available to you, we're going to push that foot back behind us and lift our heart. Now we feel even more. Okay? So what we're going to do is move into our locust pose. So I'm going to be looking over the front knee. I'm going to be looking at you for right now, but you will be looking over our front knee. And the hand of the leg that's extended is going to be down by this leg. The palm is facing towards the ceiling. The other hand comes up and the back of the hand now is behind me, right? So as I'm pressing the back of this top hand and the palm of the bottom hand, and we're opening into our locust pose. You should feel a pretty tight, a lot of tightness through the center of the body. We're working into that center of the body is a little massage here. One more breath, release it. Can we do that again? Are we ready? Press that leg back. Bring this hand to the side, palm faces back. Other hand to the ceiling and press. So my top hand is pressing back, my bottom hand is pressing back. I'm creating a little bit of a back bend, but it's really, I feel it here, right in that belly. It's squeezing, it's pressing back. One more breath and release and face forward. How did that feel? You kid? All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to take this knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. All right. Take this opposite knee, let it fall down towards the floor, remembering this is a great version right here, and you can still be doing locust right here. If you're with me and you want to press that foot back behind you a little bit more, don't forget to lift your heart. We don't want the heart to come forward. It's really important that you keep that heart lifted. We're going to look over that front knee. Now, the leg that's extended, that's the hand that's going to come back by that leg, palm facing back. Take your hand to the opposite hands to the ceiling, and we're trying to press those one hand back and the other hand back. Our heart is lifting. You're feeling a little bit of a squeeze through the belly. Breathe into it. One more breath. Release. And we're going to do that again. Are we ready? Here we go. We can do this. We've got this. Pressing it back, lengthening through that leg that's on the that is extended behind you. Palms are pressing. The palm is pressing back. The back of the hand is pressing back. I'm opening up my heart. One more breath and release. That is an intense pose, I'm telling you. I don't know if you've ever done locust on the mat. It's an intense pose on the mat too, but that is intense. An intense chair pose. All right, very, very good. Now what I want to do is child's pose. All right, so it's just kind of that counter. So we just worked on kind of opening all of this up. Now we're going to do the opposite. So the first thing we'll do, and you might recognize this kind of as our forward fold, and it is very similar. We're just trying to get our belly between our legs. So we're going to go ahead, extend the spine long first, come forward, put your hands on your thighs, palms facing up for a little bit of support. So this is we've done this forward fold, right? Now, what I want you to think about is letting your heart fall. Maybe your belly goes between your legs. Let your head fall. You can round those shoulders. And we're in a seated child's pose. All right, let's roll it up. Well, it's a version. We do have some other versions that we're going to be playing around with in some of our future classes. But for today's class, we're going to stick with this one. All right, let's do it again. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. You've got your hands right here on those thighs to give yourself a little support. Now see, can you let that belly fall between your legs? Let your head fall. All right, let's roll it up. Okay. How does that feel? Everybody good? Okay. Next thing we're going to do is our triangle pose. Okay. So in our triangle, our seated triangle pose, we're in version 1 right now. We're gonna be exploring more versions as we get deeper into some of these poses in future classes. But for today's pose, we are going to focus first on grounding those feet, okay, just like we do at the beginning of class, and grounding our sits bones. So we want to make sure we've got this solid seated mountain. Hands are down. Don't worry about your hands being up. Solid seated mountain where we're really grounded. It's so important. I mean, it's important in all the poses, but it's really super important in this Trikonasana pose. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our right foot and we're just going to heel toe it out twice. All right. So it's not too far. Now take those toes and turn them at a diagonal. And so you want to make sure your knee is in alignment with the toes. Now if the edge of the chair, because you're probably going to be kind of right at that pointy edge of the chair, is right in the way, then just scoot forward a little bit. Right? Okay. Think about pressing down with this foot, down with both of your sits bones. So you want both of those to stay right where they are. Nothing in the hips move. What's going to move is the rib cage. Ready? We're going to take the ribs and we're just going to move them to the side. You see that? Do you feel it right here? Right. All right, let's just bring those ribs back. And we're going to do that again. All right, extend the spine long and let those ribs move to the side. I don't know about you, but boy, do I feel a good stretch on this side, especially if I'm trying to keep this hip down and keep this foot nice and grounded. And let's come center. All right, we're going to add the arms now, but we're going to do that in 2 pieces. So let's do the ribs first. And now let's add those arms. Right? You feel it? Oh, yeah. One more breath. Leave the arms where they are and come up. Now let's try doing it with the arms out first and then the ribs. How's that feel? Oh, yeah. All right. Come back center. Bring the hands down and heel toe your foot back in. Okay. It's a great version of triangle pose. The next series that we do next week I'll be showing you a deeper triangle pose. but I just kind of wanted to get the feel of it. Because it is real. Let's move while I'm talking. So let's heel toe this foot out. Okay? Just twice. It's not, you don't want it to be super wide. That's next week. And those toes are pointed at a diagonal, and this knee is in alignment with those toes. Okay? And now let's take the rib cage, keep those hips down, and just let the ribs come forward. It's amazing how hard it is or complex it is sometimes to just move a very isolated part of the body, isn't it? It's like everything kind of wants to come with, and let's come back center. That's why we're building into this pose. Let's do that again. So I just want everybody to get the feeling of this isolation, these ribs moving kind of without anything else. The rest of the body is very stable, and come center. All right, we're going to do that again, and we're going to add the arms. Here we go. Come forward, come across, and then let's lift those arms up. All right, now keep your arms up and come center. You kind of feel that? Now let's do it again with the arms up. Oh, yeah. I don't know about you, but boy, I feel this whole side over here is really stretching. And let's come center and bring it down and heel toe that foot back together. All right, everybody good? I'm going to get a little sip of water. You get a little sip of water, and we're going to stand up to the right side of our chair. Are we ready? Okay. So we're on the right side of our chair, and we're going to face our chair. Now, we're going to pull our belly button to our spine, and we're going to hinge forward. We're going to place one hand in the chair and then the other hand in the chair. We've done this one before, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is our cat and our cow. So we're going to let our belly fall as we lift our heart and lift our hips. And then we're going to pull our belly button to our spine and round our shoulders and tuck the chin and let the head fall. And we're going to do that again. Move into your cow pose. And then move into your cat pose. One more time. It should feel really good, a nice release on that back. And okay. All right, now from here, what we're going to do, and we've done this one before too, we're going to heel toe our feet wider than the chair legs. Keep your toes pointing forward, okay? We're going to come forward. Maybe your forehead touches the chair, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter if it doesn't. We're going to clasp our hands behind our back, and we're going to open, maybe lift those arms back behind you, maybe not. Your hands can be here, and that's fine. Or they can be up. All right, listen to my voice. Keep your head where it is. Release your hands. All right? Now, what I want you to do, pull your belly button in, take your head off of the chair, and I want you to walk your hands around, and I want you to grab your ankle. It really doesn't matter which direction you're going. My first one, I'm going away from the back of the chair, but you're going to be doing both. It doesn't matter. All right, now I'm going to walk my hands around. Now, if you don't want to touch the floor and you want to touch the chair, and we're going to come around to the other side. And I don't know about you, but my chair is a little bit in the way. So I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. I'll remember that for next time. Sorry about that. I should have known that. And now I'm going to walk my hands over to the other side. And I'm letting my heart fall. Okay, so you should be feeling the outer of this leg that your heart is angled towards. Now come back center again, and we're going to roll up slowly. Okay, and release that. Whew. So how does that feel, right? So again, we're compressing that belly. I know we've done this one also for spine elongation, but it also is giving us that compression through the belly. Okay, now this time, instead of having your feet forward, we're going to turn those feet out, okay? So now my toes are pointed out, and we're going to do the same thing. So I've moved a little bit away from my chair. If that's uncomfortable and you need to be closer to the chair, just move closer to the chair. And as you walk around, you can work your way around the back of the chair. It's okay. Are we ready? We're going to hinge forward. Put one hand in the chair. Put the other hand in the chair. Let that heart fall forward. Maybe your head touches the chair. Maybe it doesn't. Don't worry if it doesn't. Doesn't matter. We are not going to do the hands behind the back this time, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to walk our hands over and just grab that ankle, or maybe your hands are still on the floor. It doesn't matter. And let your heart fall forward towards that leg. All right, walk those hands around to the other side. Woo! I don't know about you, but I feel this one. Let that heart fall forward. Let's walk back center. Put your hands on the chair. Roll it up slowly. Heel toe your feet together. And come on. Ah, boy, I've got this one piece of hair that wants to be in my face. How does that feel? Can we do the other side real quick? Let's do the other side. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing from the other side. So we're going to start with that cat and cow. So I'm going to take a couple of steps back so that whenever we do our forward folding and moving back and forth, I've got a little extra room, okay? So your choice. You can do it or not. All right, my legs are hip distance apart, right? Belly is tight. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to put one hand in the chair, the other hand in the chair. Okay, we're going to move into a cat and cow. So let the belly fall, lifting the heart and lifting the hips. Pull the belly button to the spine, round the shoulders, tuck the chin, let that head fall. Let's do that again. Drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the hips. Pull the belly button to the spine, rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin, letting the head fall. Last time. Let's do that one more time. All right. Come back to that neutral spine. Now we're going to heel toe our feet a little wider than the chair legs, and we're going to have our toes pointing forward, okay? So all 10 toes are pointing towards our chair. We're going to let our heart fall forward. Maybe your forehead touches the chair, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Clasp your hands behind your back if you want to do this part. If you want to leave this part out, that's fine too. Lift your hands up behind you. All right. Go ahead and release that. Drop those hands to the floor. Let your heart sink. Let your head fall. Walk your hands over to the front foot, letting your heart sink. Now walk your hands back to the center, letting that heart fall, letting your head fall. Or you're holding the chair, that's fine. All right, let's walk our hands to that back leg, letting that heart fall forward. Walk the hands back center and let that heart sink. All right, let's roll up slightly and place your hands in the chair. Okay, take a break. Everybody doing okay? All right, now just take your feet and angle them out. Okay, so now they're at a diagonal. So instead of those toes pointing towards your chair, now those toes are pointing at a diagonal. Okay, are we ready? Let your heart fall. Oh. Oh, yeah. Again, if you want to have your hands in the chair, that's okay. If you want to bring your hands to the floor, that's okay. Walk your hands to that front foot. Let the heart sink. Walk the hands back center, letting that heart sink. Let the head fall. Walk your hands to the back foot. Let that heart fall forward. Walk your hands back to the center. All right, go ahead and put your hands into the chair. Heel toe your feet back together and slowly roll it up. How'd that feel? Whew, right? All right, let's go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to have a little sip of water. I don't know about you. That was a lot of work. I know we were lengthening through that spine, but we were also working the center of the body, right? We were compressing in on it. So we were doing all this massaging in the front side of the body. Okay, let's come to the edge of our chair. We're going to extend that right leg long, toes to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, and let the heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. Let's roll it up. And we're going to do that again. Remember, lengthen and hinge, keeping that back flat. And roll it up. Moving to pigeon. What's new? I know you're shocked. We're going to do pigeon pose. Ankle to ankle or ankle to knee. Lengthen through that spine. Let that heart fall forward. All right, and flutter your butterfly. And let's do that again. Lengthen and let that heart fall forward. Keeping the back flat. And roll it up. Flutter that butterfly. Final time. Lengthen. Hinging forward. And roll it up. Okay, let's do the other side. We're going to lengthen that leg, toes to the ceiling. Keep the leg straight without locking the knee. Lengthen through the spine. Let the heart fall forward. And just feel the stretch in the back of that leg. All right, let's roll it up. And do that again. That's your exhale if you want to add the breath. And roll it up. Pigeon pose. You can cross ankle to ankle, or if it's available to you, ankle to knee. We're going to lengthen through the spine and let our heart fall forward, keeping the back flat, maximizing the stretch in the hip here. Roll it up and flutter your butterfly. Let's do that again. Lengthen long. Let the heart fall forward. Roll it up. Flutter that butterfly. Last time. Let's do it. All right. Really extending the spine long. Keeping the back flat. Really maximizing that stretch. And release it. We did it. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Hands are facing palms up in your lap. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Enjoy the goodness. Take time to see the beauty. Allow yourself to enjoy the goodness of being alive. In every moment is the potential for new value, new fulfillment, new discovery. Keep your heart, your thoughts, your awareness open to the possibilities. Bright green leaves dance gently in the breeze as clouds drift slowly across the sky. Treasure the opportunity to be a part of the wonder. Life's difficulties are real, but they are far from unbearable. Though the challenges demand much of your attention, you also have many things to be thankful for. Remind yourself often of those things and make plenty of room in your life to enjoy them. You're deeply invested in the life you live, so live it well and enjoy the goodness that is always with you. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend the left arm long. Flip the palm towards the ceiling. And release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. And release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend the right arm long. Flip the palm towards the ceiling. And release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, click on that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.